Introducing Indian River Connections, a collaboration to spotlight Indian River's characters. Interviews, biographies, life stories, and projects. These are the people behind the scenes. Business owners, entrepreneurs, journalists, activists. Extraordinary everyday citizens, each with a story.
Welcome to the Connecting People and Places podcast, brought to you by Indian River Connections. I'm your host, John Karapi, and I'm here with a new episode, and we have a special guest today. We have Stephen Bates from Bates Air and Heat. How you doing, Steve?
Doing good. About yourself?
Yeah, man, I'm doing real good, real good. Appreciate you coming on and telling your story. We really appreciate you this past holiday season helping us out with the Indian River Connections holiday food and toy drive recently. You guys collected toys and stuff for us, and we really appreciate that and your commitment to the community and shopping local.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we love to give back to our community in which way we can.
Yeah, and you guys do a great job of it. Now, tell me a little bit about how you got started with your organization. I think you started in 2020, correct?
Yes. I got out of the Marine Corps in 2011. Took a little break just to decompress and readjust to civilian life. And then I started doing air conditioning. I mean, no rhyme or reason. I just figured, my father-in-law is like, you live in South Florida, there won't never not be a demand for it. So I started doing it, and just every which way I could, I've learned everything there is to know about this trade. I mean, there's still a lot more to learn. But and after 8 years of being the worker bee, I decided to start my own beehive, so to speak, and have my own little worker bees for me. And we hit the ground running in 2020, right at the end of the year, and we haven't looked back since.
Huh. Wow, so you get right at the end of 2020, like during the pandemic. So then you were dealing with that in the beginning there. So you muscled through, and now here you are, and you guys do a great job. I mean, I'm a client, so you guys have done very good by me with service and all your core values that you bring to the table. And obviously, the core values that you discuss with your business seems to be from your background of in the military. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of run my business like how, a Marine Corps platoon be ran. I mean, not as strict or with less yelling. But, my guys know that, we only do it the right way. We don't do any other way. And if there is an issue, accidents do happen. We jump to get it done and done right. We don't try to blame other people. If it's our fault, we take blame. If not, we're there to help the customer any which way we can. I mean, I have customers the girls in my office, they know how to troubleshoot over the phone, just so that way we can try to save the customer money before we even step foot, because a lot of times it could be something so simple like a backed up drain line or a tripped breaker, and we'll teach them how to do it over the phone. And then when something happens that's outside the wheelhouse, they'll call us because, we've helped them. Most other companies, they're just going to roll the truck and charge you $70 to $130 just to show up plus repairs, when, it's something that the customer could have handled on their own.
100%. And I know you offer a lot of great services after the fact. You have some maintenance programs that you offer too, which is a great, a great incentive for people to keep on top of their units, especially coming up in the summertime and making sure everything's in working condition. And you guys are good at follow up as well on that, because obviously your core values are excellence, integrity, client satisfaction, teamwork, innovation, and safety. I mean, so those are a big deal when it comes to picking a company that's going to work on your unit.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you said, with our follow up, you can speak from experience. When it's time for your maintenance, you get an email, text. We call you to schedule it if we haven't heard from you, and then after the fact, we have programs in place to reach out to you to make sure you're satisfied. Because if you're not satisfied, we want to do everything we can to make sure that you are satisfied.
No, that makes sense. I mean, that's how I got, referred to you with my unit when I had an issue and I had a warranty issue, and you guys were covering that. You're a trained dealer, and you guys covered the warranty and made sure that everything was followed up correctly. And that's the key, like you said, the follow up and the word of mouth, especially in a small town. You want to make sure that you're shopping local and you're doing right, and then people are going to go ahead and refer you business. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, in terms of, like the warranty you said, any AC contractor can service the manufacturer warranty, but to me, it's service after the fact is what makes or breaks something. Because anybody can come out, swap a part and leave, but if it's, it's that after the fact, who's going to be there after the sale, and that's what we pride ourselves on.
No, that makes total sense. What makes you guys stand out above the rest? Everything, the satisfaction like that. But what's your main objective when you're dealing with a new customer or somebody's watching this now that wants to is thinking about maybe finding an AC unit company or a heating company? What do you bring to the table when they give you a call?
I would say, in terms of like how my techs are educating the customers. When they go out, like they're not just there to do a job, but they're there to build a relationship with the customer. I mean, I have some customers, that want only one particular tech because they just have a great relationship with them. Like I have some customers that literally they say, "Hey, keys under a doormat. Here's the garage door code," and they just let us in, because they trust us wholeheartedly. But when they're there, my guys are there to educate. They will tell the customer, "Hey, these are little tips and tricks to keep your unit running longer." Whereas if you don't do it, you're just relying on us every 6 months to come out and take care of it. So I would think the biggest thing is education. And then the second thing is, like our technology that we use. When we come out, you get a full report of the system. Not only do you get a report, you get pictures with it of what we did, where we did it, so on and so forth, clearing the drain. Now our program allows for videos. So if we have elderly customers that can't get into the attic or a customer that don't want to, we can record a video, and in the report, it could show, the video of inside their attic or up on their roof or wherever.
That's wild. Okay. Yeah, I see the same thing as what you're saying. I know that, a lot of your techs have been with you for a little while, and are focused on customer service and making sure that they follow up. And again, you're giving back to the community. You gave back to this country. We appreciate your service as well for serving this country, and people should take that into account, that you're a veteran owned business, and that you give that 100% satisfaction for your clients.
Yeah, I'm a vet. My lead service tech's Air Force veteran. My whole family's military background. So it's just something that's instilled, into what I do on a daily basis. I mean, am I perfect? No. Are there people out there that don't like me for whatever reason? Because of one little incident, that we couldn't make right. I mean, nobody's perfect. But you can go on our Google page. We have over 840 some odd 5-star reviews. I mean, we're the third most reviewed air conditioning company in this county, and out of the two that are ahead of me, been in business, one's for, like 15, 16 years. The other one's been in business for, almost 70 years.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not trying to beat my chest or show off or whatever, but it's just, showing that our level of care of what we do and how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And I see a lot of your videos on social media too. You get a little bit of comical acts and doing, showing people different things that you find and see. And it's good. It gives them education. It gives them visuals. It gives them to get to know you first before they even make the phone call. And that's a big part of why we do this podcast, Connecting People in Places. We want people to get to know the owners, get to know the people that are part of that organization, and what you're going to get when you do business with these people. And that's you're already ahead of the curve on that. You do a great job making sure that your name gets out there. And then, like you said, you're getting the good Google reviews, and you've only been in business for a little over 5 years now. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And then in terms of the videos, like we do that just to show that, because all too often people have bad taste in their mouth, especially towards service industry, because unfortunately there's, service providers here in this town, all they want to do is come out and sell AC systems, and we just want to do that to show customers that, we are human. We like to have fun, and just be silly, but when it comes time to work, we're there to work,
No, that makes sense. And like I said before about your core values, I mean, there they are. You have it right on your website: excellence, integrity, client satisfaction, teamwork, innovation, and safety. I mean, you have them all right there on the website. You talk the talk, but you also walk the walk as well. And that's a big part of your background and who you are and how you run your business. And people now will get to know that. What service areas do you go? How far do you guys go in the area?
So we cover from Palm Bay to Port St. Lucie because Vero right here centrally located. Plus, also I have technicians that live in those areas, so we're able to take care of those areas along with a good bulk of our customer base is here in Vero, but that's our area. So if any of your listeners are in that area, we can get them taken care of.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And of course, you get referrals, and you work with other businesses as well. Do you work with any builders at all too with AC unit installations?
Here and there on some of them. It's just a lot of the builders, they've been with certain companies for decades, and they want to stay with them, which I respect. I respect loyalty over anything. I'm the same way. When I have a customer that's been with me for a long, long time, or contractor, property manager, whatnot, I reward loyalty, and so, when I do come in contact with some of those companies and stuff like that, and I talk to them, they say, well, hey, I've been with, this company for 30 years or 40 years. I respect that. I'm not going to try to, push them out. I just, I will introduce myself and say, well, if you ever need something, or if they can't, because some companies only handle like big jobs, and that's something that they consider too small. Here, give me a call. If not, like I said, I'm not going to try to push somebody out, because that's just one, disrespectful, and rude. I'm just, but yeah, in terms of builders, there's a few I work with, but not too many.
All right. Yeah, that's good though. Yeah, that makes sense. So you have at your location, you have just one in Vero, and your wife works with you. You have a crew that has that you do you have as well. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your business? Anything you got coming up? Any specials for the summertime?
Well, I just started a promotion for April because we just hit 1,200 followers on Facebook, which that's a feat for me. I know some people that have tens of thousands of followers on their AC pages, but in order, or because of that, any Linux system that's if y'all call us, you'll get $1,200 off any Linux system for the month of April, because of our way of saying thanks for helping us grow that page. Same with our Instagram page, our TikTok page. Those are all growing. But our Facebook page is our bulk of our activity. So like I said, it'll be $1,200 off any Linux system for the month of April, and they come with either 10 or 12-year parts and labor warranties.
Wow, that's great. So that's a really good deal. I knew that when I got my new one. I got to train one, so it wasn't Linux, but
yeah, and we're working with one of our lenders too to get so that way we can be able to offer some lower monthly payments for customers, because this economy, not a lot of people have the $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 laying around for a new air conditioner. So we're working with one of our lenders to come up with a good rate plan, so that way we can get somebody a brand new system with the parts and labor warranty for $125, $150, $175 a month. So that way they're not stressing about trying to get the money. They can just we can finance them. $175 a month, brand new system, parts and labor warranty. I mean, you can't even get a car for that cheap anymore.
No, that's an excellent deal, and it's an excellent program that you're be able to offer people. You got to adjust in business. We have to adjust. We have to adjust to changes and a company and get the customer to be able to be able to afford things that might come up, because you never know when AC when it goes bad. I just turned mine on today, and I hadn't turned it on in a couple months because it was like 2 months because it was been cool out, and I was like, oh boy, I got to make sure it comes on, and make sure might have to call Steve. And be like, hey, Steve, it's not working, but yeah, you got to be on top of that. And that's always like that your heart sinks, like the AC goes bad or something goes bad. You hate to pick up that phone and start making phone calls because it's going to be a big chunk of change sometimes. And sometimes it's not. I mean, I had some issues before and you guys fixed it, and it was hardly anything. It was just something minor, and you helped me walk through it. So, I mean, that's a testament to what you're doing. And, I'm a perfect example of that. I'll give you a review right on here on the show. And that's what we do here. We help customers that, just find people like yourself to be able to do business with and be loyal to the brand and be loyal to, Bates Air and Heat. So we really appreciate you, coming on the show, Steve. We really appreciate you helping us out with Indian River Connections. You really helped us out last holiday, and we want to build that loyalty as well with you, and keep doing business with each other and helping each other out. And you got anything anything you want to add to the end here?
I mean, anybody that's listening that wants to give us a try, if John's testimony is not enough, anybody that's listening, we'll come out and do a one-time tune-up, a spring tune-up for $35. Normally they're $99 for a one-time tune-up. So that way you can experience firsthand, what we're about. And with that, we'll do a 74-point inspection on your whole entire AC from top to bottom, inside and out, ductwork, the whole 9 yards, and let you know that your unit's ready to go for summer.
No, that's great. I remember I had the 2 services that I did when we did the warranty work, and it made total sense because it really helped out during, like you said, the summertime, starting to get it done now in March, April, May, when it starts to get hot. Make sure that it's working right, because it's going to be 8 months in a row here. It's going to be getting hot, so you got to be prepared. So make sure you call Bates Air and Heat, taking time for you. We really appreciate you coming on. I have the number here too, 772-773-6926, or visit them at BatesAirandHeat.com. Stephen Bates, owner, operator, veteran. We really appreciate you being on the show, and we look forward to doing more stuff with you down the road, Steve.
All right, I look forward to it. I can't wait for our next toy drive.
Yeah, that'll be great. Absolutely. And for people watching now, if anybody's interested in coming on the show, Connecting People in Places podcast is a free service we offer to the community to come on the show and talk about their business or entrepreneurship, or if you're a mentor or any type of scenario, we want to get the word out to people. So just give us an email at InterRiverConnections.com. Connecting People in Places. I'm John, your host, and this is Steve from Bates Heat and Air, and we appreciate you tuning in.
Thank you.